Okay, good day everyone, and I hope you are in the good mood also. Let me introduce myself. My name is Faiz, and we are here to talking about understanding spoken discourse. Before we started, we can say like, what is the spoken discourse? Is it like the way we can lie to anyone about the spoken things, like in Indonesian, we can say the wacana. Yeah, it's like it in the uh, it Idul Fitri or in the Ramadan. We always like it's just like a discourse. No, it's just like a wacana. It's something that will never happen. But we are here to talking about the discourse. But it's not about Ramadan or Idul Fitri. It's totally different. Let's check out, please. So let's start with what is the point of this spoken discourse? Mission. Spoken discourse is the ongoing, situated interpretation of a speaker's communicative intention, of which the addressee expect and actual reaction are an integral part. The creation of discourse is thus a joint endeavor involving the active cooperation of all the participants. So, this spoken discourse is about talking to people, sharing the main point in our head to people to make them understand, to make them know what we are going to share, what we are going uh, to make them know. That's the point. And the vision, according to Clark, 1996, the text flowed divide between two simultaneously operative tracks. First, a primary official business track, and the second is a secondary discourse management track. Evidence for the existence and specialization of these two tracks is given via extract from two radio broadcast discussion. It's in our present time we can say it is not a radio broadcast, but we know it better as the podcast. Okay, let's check the next one. Okay, speech prototypically involve face-to-face interaction between two or more participants who share a spatio-temporal environment. Concomitantly, this common ground enabled to the discourse participant to rely to a large extent on nonverbal signaling in tandem with and even on occasion in the place of the verbal textualization of a given utterance. So, the speech in spoken discourse is about talking to many, many people in our in front of us, not just like uh, at at face to face in two people or group discussion, but it's also public talking. Okay, let's go to the next one. The context of spoken discourse. The distinction between text discourse and their roles in understanding it is useful in analyzing spoken as well as written discourse understanding to draw a three-way distinction between the dimension of text, discourse, and context. So, uh, even though our title is about understanding spoken discourse, it doesn't mean it's just like the oral one, the thing that we share by sound, but also by the written one. We can take this spoken discourse by using the word, the text, the context from the text. Okay, so uh, we can use this spoken knowledge to make on the writing text on the book, on the paper, just the similar one like that. The resource of these three main point of our talking now is the text. First, the text. The connected sequence of verbal sign and non-verbal signal in terms of which discourse is co-constructed by the participant in the act of communication. So it's like our mind point in our head is going to spread to the participant, to the people who listening to us, to the people who uh, watching us and give their attention to us. The track on our point is the text. So we are get the main point and the purpose to shared by is the participant, and the track, the distributing track, is the text. And the discourse. The discourse is the hierarchically constructed, situated sequence of indexial, proportional, uterines, and illocutionally carried out in pursuit of some communicated goal as integrated with a given context. The context is subject to an ongoing process of construction and revision as the discourse unfold. So the context is about the uh, the mud or the the track is not just like a rock or the mud, but also the asphalt one, the the things that make the text easier to say. It's like a gasoline in a car, and the text is the asphalt one. You got it? And the discourse is what we want to say. The package that we want to say, please. The spelling speech from the writing. So we got these two main point, and the speech is about what we say, what we spread to the people by oral, okay, by oral. And if we're talking in traditional way, it will be like an announcement and greeting and the main point and the closing one by oral, by the time that we have to given to watch that, to place our body at some place, and we going to listening for some people or uh, the powering people, and we are listening to. But the writing one is quite different, but quite same also. And the writing is more like the easier way to know the main point of some people who write by their idea, and the idea will be easier to get by the audience because the audience can replay or reread the context because it it will not costing someone time a lot. It easy to pause, it easy to take anywhere and watch it, and it's easy to understand, easier to understand. Even though Even though the speech are already involved to an audio video by the YouTube one, by the site, or just like WhatsApp group or Telegram. Yeah, but still, we still have to uh, using the internet data, and it costing some money. And if we want to rewatch it, it costs another money or another um, time, and we need the battery, we need the electrical source. But the writing one is just like you bring a book or you bring a paper and you can read anywhere, any place, anytime. Please. The type of spoken discourse, the dialogue and the monologue. So this is why I say the monologue and the dialogue is different but same also. So the monologue is uh, like a speech, but like a newspaper also. It's like if the monologue it's more like a president speech or a local principal or the man who held the power taking some time to spread uh, their idea, or like a Spartan. Spartan is always like before we going to fight, before we going to the battlefield, it will be like someone in charge will say like, yeah, superheroes, let's bring our spirit and we will take that enemy off from our land, just like that. And the rating one is also like you're talking to people, but in the same time you are got no people who listening to you, because you have to write it and you spread it, not like a speech. You are talking, but in the same time you are spreading also. And the dialogue is uh, the thing that we are talking to people. Podcast, or the group discussion, or the meeting, the uh, organization. That's the dialogue. Talking to people face to face. We are even though in the internet or in the written, it's still like a comic, a novel, just like that. That's the dialogue, please. Turn taking. The turn taking is the conversation of enterprise in which one speak and another listen. So this is the turn taking, and the turn taking is quite used by a group discussion. It's like I give you idea and you comment, and someone else will be giving the idea, and you will fight the idea who you think like that's not a good idea, and uh, the other one will comment also. That's the turn taking, the conversation between the people in a group that changing the mind by that circle, please. And our areas of expertise. We got the three areas of this expertise. First, discourse marker is the term linguistic given to the words like well, oh, but, and, and, and that break our speech up into parts and show the relation between the parts. It's the conjunction or even in the, it's like at the group discussion, we are sharing our idea first, and someone will commenting. At that time, our idea is cut. But if we are going to also to answer our friend idea, we can um, continue our first speech by using this word like, well, I think your idea is blah 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 blah, or oh, I think your idea is great, blah blah blah, or if we are not agree, we can using but I disagree with your idea, blah blah blah. It's just like that. And the second one is, and the other one is example. Oh, just like what I say. And the special note. However, these markers do not necessarily mean that what the dictionary says they mean. Like it's it's not that hard to understand, even though in the dictionary it means different. Please, the other one, the other one. Okay, the table of please. Ah, type of discourse marker. It's the understanding check, attentional signal, manipulative discourse markers, and that three types of discourse marker is like, did you got it, or you understand what I say, right, or uh, are you get that far, just like that. And attention signal is like, oh, did you are you there, or are you still with me, are you still with us. And the manipulative discourse maker is like, well, I disagree with you, and blah blah blah. And that sentence of, oh, I disagree with you, that is the manipulative discourse marker. Please. Special note is tag question also can be used in a conversation with lexical tag like right, okay, ha, just like that. Well, that's all. If I got some bad point on some presentation page, I am sorry. If I had some mistake at what I say, what I spread to you all, I I am so sorry. Thank you for the time. Good day for you all.